Alrighty, good morning North. This is Mrs. Owens.
And Mr. Jansen.
Just a reminder, teachers of 6th and 7th graders, after all the announcements this morning, stay tuned. We will do registration with your kiddos live here from the studio. So if you haven't had the opportunity yet to pass out those registration forms and course description guides, go ahead and do that now so that you'll be prepared when we come back to you after the announcements. Okay, and now stay tuned for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, hey North, so we have one last day for you to turn in the t-shirt order forms for the student staff basketball game. So you can see the design here. Pretty juicy, pretty good. So if you want to get a shirt, you have to turn it in either to the main office or to your homeroom teacher by tomorrow morning.
It's been extended one day. These are the forms if you don't know what they look like.
And
Yeah,
they only cost $10. So
yeah, and if you buy a t-shirt, you get raffle tickets to be drawn for halftime free throw contest with the teachers at the basketball game. So, yep, that's it. And now we have an announcement from college.
Hey, just a quick reminder, the litter cleanup is on Saturday the 10th, and everybody should meet in the lot at 11. Thanks.
Good morning, North. So I'm very excited because this evening I am going to the airport and I am picking up Stuart Gibbs. He's flying in from LA just to be here for you guys tomorrow. So in honor of his visit, normally Themed Thursdays is just for teachers. Tomorrow we're opening it up to everyone. So here's your challenge. To celebrate Stuart Gibbs coming, choose a theme tomorrow. Maybe you want to dress up like something that has to do with space for his Space Case series. Maybe you want to dress up like an animal to celebrate the Fun Jungle series. Or maybe you want to dress up like a spy to celebrate the Spy School series. So pick your theme and wear it tomorrow, okay? Every grade level will get a chance to see him. You guys will be seeing the presentation in the library, so it's going to be a bit crowded as you all will be sitting on the floor. So please show Stuart Gibbs the R4 when you come down for the presentation. You don't need to bring anything with you unless you're bringing a book from home to be signed by him. And if you still wanted to order a book, you actually have until the end of the day today, so make sure you come see me. Okay, all right. Now on to the book fair information.
Okay,
so should we do the raffle first before we do our Coin Wars winners?
Yes.
All right, so Cameron, no peeking. Our first winner for the jar of gummy bears is Audrey Coates of 7 West. Congratulations, Audrey. Come down later, claim your prize. Awesome. And who's our second winner?
Would be
Who is it?
Arul
Osborne of 6 West. All right. Congratulations, guys. So come get your prize. Okay. Coin Wars, guys. The winner of the movie theater day is not 8th grade, who raised $18. It is not 7th grade, who raised $65. It is 6th grade, who raised $321. So congratulations, 6th grade. Enjoy your movie day. And that's all I have. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the library for Stuart Gibbs. Awesome. All right, you guys coming back on? Okay, bye, guys.
Squared equals 50. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I have a good test coming up and I don't think I'm ready.
I understand. So what house are you for?
I'm Hufflepuff.
I'm Ravenclaw. Abby was being kind by helping Alexa pick up her papers after she dropped them. So, since I saw Abby, I'm going to write her a kindness certificate and put it on the bulletin board next to the library.
Oh, hey, Abby. Oh, you did it for me? Thank you so much. Yeah. I saw you talking to Alexa. Okay, well, I have to get to class. Bye. Bye. When you see a kind act, you want these beautiful cards from your teachers and fill it out and put it on the board. And so that way, the person that did the kind act can see that you care about their kindness. Okay, I'll totally do that. What about you? Me too. I'll totally do that. Yeah. Sounds great. Throw kindness around like confetti!
Hey guys, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Ella. Today is March 7th, 2018.
Happy birthday today to Gus L on 6 West. The after-school activities are 7th and 8th grade math lab, art club, books and board games, dance,
Lit Lab, Photography Club, Play It Forward, and Women's Choir. Have a great day, North, and stay tuned for more news.
Alrighty, good morning again, North. As promised, we're back.
Here we are.
So 8th grade teachers at this time, you're welcome to stay tuned, but this is going to relate to 6th graders and 7th graders as we talk about next year's schedules options and how to get registered. So at this point, we'll slip to a slideshow we have for you.
Just a second here. Sorry, just a second.
Oh, we were behind it.
Oh.
Oh, that's fun.
All right.
Alrighty, so again, we are going to be talking about getting registered for 6th to 7th and 7th to 8th grade at this time. So in front of you right now, you should see a 7th grade registration form, and along with that, here is your 7th grade course description guide.
And 8th grade or current 7th graders, you guys should also be looking at these two forms: your actual registration form, and then your course description guide, which I believe is green, and that's got all the info in there you'll ever need.
Yep, and just a reminder that these two forms, the registration form is that white form for both grades. This is the form where you will select your classes for next year, and this is the form that you will turn back into one of your team teachers. These are due by March 12th. It says that up there at the top of your paper. So for both grades, we'll be turning those in. The 7th grade course description guide and 8th grade course description guide serve as your reference sheets. So as you're reading about possible classes that you might be interested in taking next year, you can use your course description guide to reference what those classes might be about. So use that as a resource as you're looking at your electives. Okay, so we're going to take you through a couple samples of 1st, 7th grade schedules, so current 6th graders, a couple samples of what your schedule next year could be like, and then we'll do the same thing for 8th grade. So as you can see for both grades, there are still the 5 required classes that all students will take in both 7th and 8th grade. We have them listed in red on your screen right there, so all 7th graders and 8th graders will take English Language Arts, mathematics, science, social studies, and then your wellness class, which again is similar to what you have this year. You'll have a physical education component and then a health component. For 7th graders, so current 6th graders, what you will see is that you actually will have 2 open periods next year to make your elective choices. We have those elective choices, those encores, into semesters. So looking at your screen, you see there's 4 semesters there. So those will be your 4 options for next school year. So some of you, I know many of you actually, take an instrument. So this is what your schedule might look like. So if you choose to continue in band or orchestra next year, you can see that just like this year, it is 2 semesters. So it's that full year long, and we have that indicated on the 7th period here, just as an example. We do strongly encourage you, if you are currently in band or orchestra, to continue with band or orchestra, as it is very difficult if you leave the program to then return to it, and there's a lot of great opportunities up at Kirkwood High School. So we do encourage you to continue with that instrument if that is something you're interested in. The next slide here for a sample 7th grade schedule also shows you that if you're in instrumental music, I'm sorry, I think if you can switch to that next slide there. There we are. Oh, you're on it.
Music and world language.
Yep. So this next slide shows you that if you choose to take an instrumental music and world language next year, world language becomes 1 semester class, and your encore and elective class is another semester class. So you there have still your 4 options for semesters, and this is how this is broken down for you.
All right, so current 7th graders going to be 8th graders. When we're looking at this slide, this is just a sample schedule of what you may see next year as an 8th grader. Very similar to what Miss Owens was explaining going into 7th grade. So you will still have your 5 core classes, your 5 classes that meets daily, and then you will have 2 periods of your choices of encore and elective classes. So as was mentioned, and just as it is this year, we have basically 4 choices, because you're going to have 2 choices each semester, and you'll see those highlighted in blue there. The next slide is going to show what it will look like if you take a world language next year. So this is a little different than it is currently in 7th grade. If you decide to take a world language next year as an 8th grader, that class will meet every day for the entire year. So that's different than this year as a 7th grader, where it meets for a semester. You will actually have that language the entire year. So you'll see that in that 2nd period spot here. The cool thing about that is if you complete that and pass that class, you will actually earn 1 high school credit for that class. So if you have a passion for a world language and you'd like to continue in that, or take one in 8th grade, go for it, earn that high school credit, and start high school ahead of the game. And then the next slide shows what a schedule will look like with that daily world language. You'll see that in 2nd period. And then if you're also a student who takes an instrumental music, so if you take orchestra or take band, you already know that that class meets daily all year as well. So this is a little bit different in 8th grade. So this is what your schedule would look like if you take a world language and an instrumental music. So you would be choosing to take those 2 classes, which would you would meet every day the entire year. So you wouldn't necessarily have a different encore. Those would be your encore elective classes.
And if you do choose as an 8th grader to take this world language and instrumental music, we still do ask that you fill out your rankings on your registration form, just in case over the summer something would change and you would change your mind about something. We want to know what classes you're most interested in. So we do ask that you still rank all of your classes.
Oh, and one more important announcement for 8th grade scheduling. So you guys will have the options of taking news team or yearbook next year as well, if you wish to do so. So in your green course description packet, in the back couple pages of that, you will actually see an application, one for news team and one for yearbook. So if these are classes that really interest you and you've been really looking forward to taking these 8th grade year, please make sure you fill out that application and get that thing in on March 12th at the latest to one of your core teachers. So when you turn in your white course registration form and you're interested in one of these classes, either news team or yearbook, please turn in that application as well. Those classes are not very big, so we definitely want to see that application. Fill it out to your best abilities. And yeah, we'll be looking at that to make those classes for next year.
So as you're looking over this material at home with your parents, Please make sure if you have any questions or want to know what your possible schedule could look like, Mr. Jansen and I will be in your lunches the rest of this week and again on Monday to help you out, to answer any questions or to go over any individual schedule questions that you might have as you're planning for next year.
Yeah, so fill out those forms, ask us any questions, and make sure you get those things in by March 12th, which is Monday, I believe.
It is a Monday.
Okay.
It's next Monday, so it's a quick turnaround. So have that conversation with your parents tonight and get those forms back in.
We are responsible for our learning,
Character.
respect,
And
relationships.